Hey everybody, we're getting ready. We're down here at the barn and we are getting ready to go to the woods. We have 3 or 4 swarms that we've caught over the past maybe week. I checked on them Friday. No, excuse me, I checked on them Monday. Today's Friday. I checked on them Monday and they were fine, but I'm scared since we've had 2 days, 3 days of rain and we're fixing to have a couple more days of rain that one of them may swarm out of that box. It was a 5-frame newt box and it was pretty packed. So we're gonna ride down there. We're down here at the barn where we do a lot of our work and honey and so forth. But we're gonna go out in the woods and give them a 10-frame, or at least check on them and give them a 10-frame. There's a few more others that on Monday we had some scout bees in that one as well, some of those as well. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna just leave the barn here now after we've done some of the hives up in the other yard and go and try to catch the rain and check on the hives. Hope everyone's doing well. Y'all stay safe. Okay, folks, this is the swarm that I told you that we caught a couple weeks ago. We caught one swarm here and we moved it back up to one of the yards up near closer to the house. We had scout bees. We actually moved that swarm at 9 o'clock at night. The next day we were back down here checking one of the ponds and there was probably 50 or 60 scout bees that just kept coming in. So I thought, okay, well, I'll put another box here. So I put another box here. They stayed here. And I actually put, about a week later, to make sure that it was just leftover bees, basically. About a week later, they were still here, so I took a frame of brood and a queen cell from another hive, stuck it in here, left it alone, came back. She'd hatched. I came back about a few days last week, marked her, and I came down here now to check on her and thought maybe I might need to move her to a bigger box. And of the 5 or 6 frames, we have 5 frames in there and she's laid on every one of them. So I'm going to move this box and give them a 10-frame, put a pollen patty on and a feeder. I have not fed them yet. I wanted them to get established and her lay. And I know it's not gonna be a production colony, so I'm gonna go ahead and give her some pollen patties and some feed, but I'm gonna transfer them over. So this was basically leftover bees in a swarm that we caught. You can see they've already drawn up pretty much everything. Hope I can get this box on this, back on this stump. That seems like that might be okay. There, we'll try it. We're supposed to have about another, after I think tonight or tomorrow, we're supposed to have another 3 or 4 days of rain. So just wanted to go ahead and move them now while it was nice. I had a swarm last year off the gate down there by the creek that I left during a period like this. And after she was marked and laying, and after 2 weeks, I came back to check on them. They were gone. So this year I don't want to do that. This is just a pollen and a honey frame or a nectar frame. You actually can see, I don't know if you can see up in there, but she's laid up all in there. I don't know if you can see the little eggs in there. I try, when I'm changing boxes over, I try to keep them in the same order that I take them out of. Pollen and honey frame. I don't know if you can see at the bottom down there, it's kind of overcast, but there's some eggs and larvae in there and a few eggs along that bottom. Normally I just would spread this out a little bit and put the honey frames on the outside, but not on a swarm that I'm moving. Especially when we're fixing to have rain. There you are, right there, you can see her. See with the blue dot? I've already marked her. And you can see that, I don't know if you can tell or not, but where some of this is hatched. She's already started laying in all those. It's light, but it's in there. This was hatched. That's why that looks like that. She's already hatched and had one cycle. Now again, these bees have not been fed, nor have they had any pollen. I wanted to get them established and let her start laying. And again, I don't know if y'all can see it with the glare, it's overcast, but eggs and larvae all in there. See them all along in there? You can see them all in there. So I'm trying to give her some room. Really nowhere where to work down here because of this old stump was a logger. We had just had loggers come and clear the underbrush. So I threw a box on. This is the second we've caught. This is a pollen frame, but on this bottom down here, again, I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but there's eggs all in there. This is just a box I carried down here and picked up some some stragglers along the way. It's got some honey frames and some open spots, some pollen, just their drone. I'll go ahead and put that one on the outside. I like to keep honey and pollen on the outside if I can. These have all been waxed. The triple waxed already, but I put some more on there. You can tell where they grabbed a little bit. I had it sitting out there in the yard, one of the yards before I came down here. I just left it out and let them feed. I just took some stuff out the freezer. I like that one. Got another wax one here. These have been waxed. This log's kind of unstable. This box stinks too. The old farmer gave me this box and it stinks, so they ought to like it. Caught a swarm in it last year. It's sitting in the barn. I'll just leftover parchment paper. Bottom patty kind of makes it stick up some. Now I'll just put some feed. I got some feed in the truck, in the buggy. And then I'll shake these other bees right here from the hive. I'll shake them kind of right out there in front, close it up, and leave them alone. Went from 5 frames to 10 frames. Several people have asked me what this little white thing is. And these are just some trucking flaps or boards we have that we just usually get so hot here in the rain and whatnot. So we try to just cover our entrances to give the bees a little breather. It gets really hot here in South Carolina. Any given day in the summertime, we're 100 to 110 easy. So we've just found that these work good for them. Just gonna shake these out. They'll find the way back in. They'll go right up in there. And that's how we do it. See, they're already finding the other entrance. I don't normally use that upper entrance. I use the main entrance, but the box was free and it was old and it had great smell, so I figured I'd let them use it. So, but anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We're just riding around today in the woods and checking on some of the swarm traps. We use just nuke boxes, things we have left, old frames. We don't put them up high. We had a bunch of logging in here near the springs and near deer stands and whatnot. And so I've caught, I guess, maybe 6, 7. I'm not real sure right now how many swarms we've caught. But we saw some scout bees around the other day, and it looks like we might have some in here. So we're gonna go in and check and see if we actually caught anything. I'm not going to disturb them or anything. I'm just going to kind of, well, doesn't look real big, but looks like a nice little swarm. Drawing some comb. So I'm not going to bother them, but you can see in here, they've drawn, I guess, maybe 4 frames they have drawn. So I'm just going to leave them alone. We're fixing to have bad weather again, and so I just saw a little more activity than normal scout bees. So I'm just gonna leave them alone and we'll check on them maybe on Monday or Tuesday. We have 8 or 10 on the 150 acres, and once we catch one, we take it back once it's able to be moved, and then we just put another box down. So we caught another one. Y'all take care.